hello. This is Blunts and Gems. I am Sam. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you're returning, thank you. And it's not Saturday. Let me not lie. It is Friday. Pretty much 11 o'clock my time, but by the time you guys see this, it will be Saturday. So technically, this is Storytime Saturdays. I'm actually on time recording it this weekend, so yay. To start out, I'm going to give my disclaimer. I'm going to show you guys what tools I'm using, what kit I'm working on. I'll let you guys know the topic, and then we will get started. All right, so first things first, disclaimer. If you are new, you've never heard this disclaimer. If you're returning, then you've heard it plenty of times. Excuse me, you've heard it plenty of times. I say it in the beginning of every video where I'm talking for a certain period of time, or at the beginning of every live stream I do, and that is here and on Twitch. And basically that disclaimer is the same. It will always be the same. Sam, I am Sam, likes to smoke, and by smoke I mean 420, medical marijuana, Mary Jane, Cheech and Chong, whatever you call it in your region of the world or the United States or wherever country you're from. This is a 420 friendly channel. So if that is a problem for you, baby, exit stage left. And please take your opinions with you. Please. Because as much as you are given a right to your opinion, which you are, you don't have the right to share it over here. Not if it's that opinion. No pearl clutchers, no Karens, no bad or negative energy, no one under the age of 18. Okay, if you are not any of those things or any of those people, then I'd appreciate it if you stick around, grab whatever your whip is or work in progress, whatever craft or whatever you're doing at this time. I hope you choose to stick around, and I hope you enjoy. If you haven't, I hope you do all of those YouTube-y things, which is like, comment, and subscribe. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the disclaimer. Now, if you've sat through the disclaimer and you're still here, that means that this is not a problem for you. So we're going to talk about the kit I'm working on. Still working on the same kit, Midnight Spell by Chris Bug from Diamond Art Club, 70 by 89 centimeters, 59 colors, square drill. I've been working on it since September 1st for Drills and Chills 2022 and Festival of Witches 2022. Now, the section we're working on. Let me cover this up because I don't want to get any paper stuck. I've heard the horror stories. I'm not trying to be one of them. The part of the canvas that we are currently working on is bam, right here at the bottom. We're on this bottom corner. I'm almost to the finish line. I have about this much of the canvas left to finish. It's driving me crazy in a good way because I'm ready to be done with it. I'm ready for something new on my table. So hopefully that's this week. Hopefully this is the last week that we have to see this canvas. And I do mean we, as in me and you guys that have been here from the unboxing, the kitten up, the time-lapse Thursdays, the whipping chats, the live streams. If you've been here, if you know, you know. I'm ready. I'm SpongeBob ready to be done. Tools I'm using, same old tools. I have downgraded to 2 pins, 4-placer and 6-placer on the end of those. This is a Bistro Blanks exclusive. pen. I actually won this in a giveaway not too long ago. This is a gift from a friend. No, I don't know where I got it from or where she got it from. I'm still picking her brain. Right now, it could be anywhere from Amazon to Bistro Blanks. Hell, she doesn't know. So, I don't know. So, I can't tell you guys until we know. Elizabeth Ward storage containers, Bella Arte Nicole trays, as well as wax holder. The cover minder is from Bistro Blanks. It was a part of the gift package with the pen. I also got another cover minder. I don't have time to show you guys right now. This is a little flower or, oh, dropped it, or a little rose cover minder. I've been using this one a lot lately. I like it. It's cute. Does it fit the theme? No. Oh well. Washi tape. Still using the same washi tapes. This one to section off and this one for the border. Straightener. Also Bella Arte Nicole. Super glue to hold the borders down because my tape is cheap. I've yet to try the Simply Gilded and all the fancy, expensive washi tapes. Definitely on my bucket list, though. Definitely. Diamond Art Club tweezers. And my rusty, trusty cuticle scissors. Because I'm heavy-handed. I cannot use a box cutter, an X-Acto knife, or whatever those fancy little cute cutters that you guys are using. I just can't use them. They're not for me. But whatever is your jazz is your jazz. Cuticle scissors are mine. Topic. This is basically going to be about my husband and how we met, the relationship problems we were having when we first got together, the infamous ex-girlfriend that I beat up at 8 o'clock in the morning because she decided to knock on my door at 8 o'clock in the morning wanting to fight. Why, I don't know, but, you know, whatever. We're going to talk about that. There's a couple of other stories, incidents when me and the girl got into it over phone. We'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about how it got up to the actual wedding and the wedding itself, where we're at now, what relationship issues we have, if we have any. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I thought really long and hard about what to give you guys for Saturday. Oh, excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my tongue. For Saturday, that could top last Saturday. This probably won't, but I'm going to give it a good hard try. And if you guys have any ideas on stories or any ideas on some things you guys want me to talk about, you're always welcome to throw them down in the comments and let me know. Of course, I never have a problem with talking about anything. If you think you may know or you may not know, or if you just want to know, you're always welcome to ask. I am an open book. So that's going to be pretty much the topic for today. And before I get into the topic, I'm going to do my little fancy YouTubey things, like my hashtag support small business 2023. That information will be down in the description box. My tongue and my lips are just not working for me today. They're just, I don't know what they're doing. That is basically my Ko-fi or coffee, however you pronounce it. I see a lot of YouTubers or content creators have the buy me a Ko-fi or buy me a coffee type of deal in their description box. And instead of it going to my channel, I want to try to use it to support a lot of crafting small businesses that we all know of or follow or want to purchase from here in the diamond painting community. Me, myself, personally, I don't do any other crafts right now besides diamond painting, but I am open to showcase any small crafting business on my page. So if you know of a company that needs a little exposure or would like some exposure, you're always welcome to contact me on any of my social medias or by email. If you are a small business company and you want to shed some light on your company, you can also contact me as well. And no, you do not have to give me anything in order for me to showcase your company. I am not trying to do this for products. Any company that I showcase on my channel will be purchased out of my pocket or from donations from the hashtag small business 2023, or it will just be they will just be showcased because I want to showcase them and give them some business or some exposure. Okay, now that we're past that, birthday countdown. By the time you guys see this, technically my birthday will be, I believe, 4 or 5 days away. I'm not for sure. I'm kind of screwed up right now on the countdown. Honestly, I kind of don't want to do the countdown anymore because the closer and closer it gets, the more and more depressed and bratty I get. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. My Amazon wish list will be in my description box as well. In case you choose to buy me something, it's not required. But if you do, it is greatly appreciated. Now that we've got all that jazz out of the way, we can get started. And quick, because I forgot, it's scrolling, quick little whatever I forgot in the disclaimer. You may or may not hear me smoking in this video. Hold on, that's my husband calling. I will be right back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. That was a phone call from hubby. But like I said, Amazon wish list will be linked down in the description. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to get started. Color I'm working on right now is GMC 3741, or this reddish brown color, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. All right. Now, how I actually initially met my husband was actually through a social media, like, dating website. I actually used to go live or do live streaming on an app called Tagged. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of it that stay in the States. It's been around for a while. But I used to go live on there. And at the time, when he was coming into my live streams, he still stayed in New York, where he's actually from. And I was down here in Oklahoma. And I never really paid him no mind. Because like I said, he stayed in New York. I was here in Oklahoma. I just kind of, he was just kind of somebody that just came in my live stream. And I always spoke anytime he's seen me live. So, I guess eventually you could say I considered him, or we considered each other, like, internet friends or whatever. It was rare that he got in my inbox and talked to me, or I got in his inbox and talked to him. But every time either one of us was live, we would always go in and speak to each other. Until I think I went live one day. Either I went live one day or he went live one day. And he actually told me he had moved down here, but he was staying in Stillwater, which is, like, at the time, Stillwater was maybe an hour and a half, almost 2 hours away from me. And, of course, I paid no mind, again, because it's like 2 hours. I don't even know how to drive, so we're probably never going to see each other unless you drive up here. And you're new here, so you're probably never going to drive up here. But eventually one day, I was on live and we were talking, and he was just like, oh, one of these days, when I'm up there purchasing some more, you know what, I'm not going to say it because I don't know how YouTube is going to act. But he was actually coming up here because somebody he knew actually had a medical card and was getting it for him. So he was like, oh, the next time I'm up there and I have a little time, I'll stop by and I'll smoke one with you. We could meet and chit chat and whatever, whatever. And at the time, I didn't know. But he was skeptical about meeting me for the first time, and I was skeptical about meeting him for the first time, which is, of course, that should be something that's given, especially when you're meeting somebody off of the internet. But honestly, he wasn't giving me I'm a serial killer vibes, so I wasn't really worried about it. And at the time, I had just moved back to Oklahoma from my hometown, so I was pretty much, I knew he wasn't going to try to do anything crazy because I was staying with my mom, and at the time, my little brother was staying there, the 15-year-old. My son was also staying there, my grandmother, and my mother's boyfriend at the time. So I was like, if he's a serial killer, he's going to have to kill all of us, basically. But he wasn't. We actually hung out that first time. And then after that, and now the first time we actually hung out was in May, I want to say May of 2020. This had to be right, it was right before COVID hit. It was definitely right before COVID hit. And then after that initial, like, meet up and hang out, I didn't hear from him until April. Like, I think like I said, we did that little meet up and smoke at the end of March, beginning of end of March, beginning of April. But I didn't hear from him again until May. And when he contacted me, he was basically like, well, I'm going to tell you the reason why I hadn't contacted you. Is because at the time I came and seen you, I was dealing with this girl, and I didn't know if I still wanted to deal with her or not anymore. So I kind of backed off so I could figure out where me and her were going. But now I know we're not going anywhere. So maybe me and you can try something. So I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. I mean, I was a little bit, like feeling some type of way. Like, you come over here and talk to me now after you and her didn't work out, but whatever. These are things I did not know. I swear, I did not know. But eventually, we started hanging out. Him and his mom did actually end up moving to where I was staying at the time. Well, in the same city, basically. So he was no longer an hour and a half away. And the first incident with this said girl, I'm not going to say her name. Not that I give a damn, but I'm not going to say her name. Initially, the first interaction me and her had, he had come over and we were hanging out, and we were outside in my mom's backyard, because at the time you couldn't smoke in her house. So we were just outside hanging out, and she just kept inboxing him on Facebook, and he was just like, oh, I've told this girl that we're done. I'm trying to, work on something with you and see where we go. She's just not understanding that I don't want to talk to her anymore, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, well, if you want me to, I'll inbox her. Now, mind you, this was almost 3 years ago. This was when I was still very much in my petty Betty stage, for sure. I was definitely still in the phase where I chose violence. So I was like, well, I'll inbox her and I'll say something to her. And he was just like, oh, you don't try to fight her, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm just going to inbox her and I'm going to tell her to back off. I'm sliding across your face like a snail now, so she needs to not worry about you anymore. That's just it. That's what the message is going to be. It's not going to be anything extra. It's going to be exactly in those words. So either you like it or you don't. I don't know what to tell you. So I did end up inboxing that to her. She inboxed me back. Of course, we argued. And she played the, oh, I don't want him. You can have him now. He's this, that, and the third. And you're not going to want him after you realize this and after you realize that and blah, blah, blah. So, mind you, this was the first initial interaction with her. So, keep count because there's going to be a few. Sorry, squirreling. So after that, we didn't really have very many problems. It's just he would start, every time we would get in an argument or we would break up, he would disappear, which was fine with me because if we're not going to be together, we're not going to be together. But when it started becoming a problem for me was when me and him would get into arguments. We wouldn't even be broke up. We'd just be, give me a couple of days. I don't want to look at you right now. And then come to find out, instead of us being on a break, he's over here in a whole relationship with her. At one point, I want to say it wasn't last Thanksgiving, but it was the Thanksgiving before we got married. We actually got into an argument right before Thanksgiving, and he lied and told me he actually spent Thanksgiving with his mom. That said Thanksgiving where we didn't talk, but come to find out, he spent it with her. And he, as he claims, he spent it against his will. Like, basically, the story goes, he called her asking for a ride, and then next thing you know, she was telling everybody they're back together and this, that, and the fucking third. And I know it's all, I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. I wasn't even born last night. So I know he was full of shit. But it was, for me, it was just a constant back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it just got to the point where it was like, look, either you're going to be with me or you're going to be with her. And at this point, I don't care which one you do. I just want you to pick one and stick with it because, I don't bring everybody around my kids. I don't introduce my kids to everybody. And everybody does not get to meet my kids. So if we're going to be doing this, then, oh, and look at that. I'm not even going to go look for those. I'm not even going to waste my time because they popped everywhere, I'm sure. I'm just not, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put my kids through it. When I was with my son's father, my last two boys, their dad, we were together for 6 years. So, like I said, I don't, everybody doesn't get to meet my kids, and my kids don't get to meet everybody. So, with that being said, he was just like, I'm tired of her. She doesn't want to work. She doesn't want to do anything. It seems like she's just a leech and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I took one look at this girl and I already knew what it was because I'm around her age, and if you guys didn't know, majority of you do, my husband is older. He is 20 years my senior. So when I first looked at this girl, the first thing that popped in my head was gold digger, leech, bum, bitty bitty bum bum. So I immediately was like, yeah, she's looking for a sponsor. She's not looking for what you're looking for. So I tried to tell him that. Of course, he's like, no, she's not like that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And you know how I know? Because I used to be her. So, yes, I know. Listen, a gay person is always going to know another gay person when they see them, whether they're in the closet, outside the closet, halfway hanging out of it, or waving a pinky toe out, they're going to know. So, with that being said, one gold digger is always going to be able to spot another. I'm not fucking stupid. So, I basically told him, like, look, that bitch has got 5 kids, 5 baby daddies. She's a gold digger. She's not trying to be with you. The only time she calls you is if she wants something. So if that's what you want to be with, that's fine. You know, I'm not saying I'm not a gold digger, but at least I'm going to actually have feelings for you, you know. I'm not going to use you and leave you out to dry. If you do go broke and I have feelings for you, I'm probably going to stick it out. I may say over and over again, oh, I'm tired of this. You know, I'm tired of being broke. You're always broke, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to nitpick. I'm going to whine. I'm going to complain. But I'm not going to leave. Not right away. Not until it gets to that point. If it gets to the point where I can go out and do bad on my own and my kids can have and I don't have to struggle, then yes. But, there's a but, okay? But if there's a man willing to say, hey, sit at home, take care of the kids, and I'll do that job, then baby, I'm not about to argue. I'm not about to fight with you. I'm not about to say, no, I want to work. No, ma'am. Now, if you like to work, you like to be your own boss, your own person. I'm not saying I'm not my own person. No, a lot of the times I don't have access to the money. That's fine with me because I know how I am. I have a crafting addiction. If I had all access to the money, I'd probably spend it on crafts. Not gonna lie. I'm not financially savvy. I know how to pay bills. I know how to be responsible, yes. But if somebody puts, say, $1,800 in my hand and say, okay, pay this and then save the rest for a rainy day, that rainy day is going to be that day because I'm gonna spend it all. See, now we're getting off topic, but whatever. Now, that should have been the end of this said girl, right? Wrong. Me and my husband ended up moving in after about almost a year together. Honestly, we got tired of no privacy at my mom's house. And my mom had a lot of traffic going in and out of her house. So it was just like, yeah, it's time for us to find something for us. So what we initially came up with was I would move in with him and his mom, which I don't know how that was going to work because I had 5 kids. And they only had a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. But we made it work. We were there for maybe 8 months, 6, 7, 8 months almost. But the whole time we were there, we were legitimately looking for a bigger place. And believe it or not, that shit is hard. It is fucking hard. But then, right around the time that we did find a place, or right before we found a place, we decided to get married. And we decided to get married, it was last summer, actually. August of last year. And this was kind of spur of the moment, the proposal and everything. We were just sitting there and we were just smoking. And he was just like, you know what? You're always saying, get on the pot and piss or get off of it. So what do you say we plan a wedding and get married? I'm not getting any younger and you're not a spring chicken. And I shit you not, guys, I cannot make this up. This is the proposal that I got. I'm not getting any younger and you're not a spring chicken. We like each other. We've been living together almost a year. So why not? And you know what? At the time, my father had just passed. And my father, our funny thing was every time we talked on the phone, he would always say, you know, and this is a down south saying, so if you don't understand it, I apologize if it offends you. But he would always say, you know, Sam, I hope you get married before I kick the bucket. And kick the bucket in Southern term is pass on to the other side. So, and I would always tell him, like, yeah, of course I'm going to get married before you pass away. You're stubborn. You're going to be here a long time, you know. And sadly, he wasn't. He wasn't there. Um, but literally a year after my, not even a year. Yeah, it was a year after he passed that we actually ended up getting married, which was a complete total shock. A lot of people thought I was going to leave him, honestly, because during the time of my father's funeral, he actually was supposed to drive me to my dad's funeral. Like I said, I'm originally from Missouri, and that is where I'm from in Missouri is actually 4.5 hours away from where I stay at now. So he was supposed to get off of work that day, and he was supposed to come pick me up, and we were going to drive to Missouri so I could go to my dad's funeral. That said Friday, he never showed up. I tried to call him, tried to contact him. Come to find out, I was blocked on everything. I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I was blocked from his iPhone. All of that. Just completely blocked. All because he decided that my father passing and being there for me emotionally was too much, so he decided to go back with the said bitch. It took me a while to get over it, yes, because that is something some people can't get over something like that. Like, that is a deal breaker in a relationship. Some of you are probably clutching your pearls right now, and you have every right to. That is the one time the pearl clutchers get a pass, because even I was like, who does that to somebody? Who says, I'm going to take you to your father's funeral, have you ready to go, and then just never shows up? And I shit you not, if it wasn't for my favorite cousin and my son's father, I wouldn't have made it to my dad's funeral. And honestly, if I hadn't made it to my dad's funeral, I probably would have never forgave my husband. We would be sitting here right now, like us, the YouTube, but he probably would not be sitting right here right now. We would probably not be together, because that is something that I would have just never forgave him for. That's the worst that he has gotten as far as with this girl. That one was definitely the hardest pill for me to swallow when we actually were together early in our relationship. There was a couple of times I actually broke it off with him because I was so traumatized from that. Like, that was, like, I had never been through anything like that. And I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. Like, I used to be a stripper. Like I said, I was a gold digger at one point. Like, I've been around the block a few times. Hard body, swerving, okay? All gas, no brakes. So for something like that, it really sat me down emotionally, like, wow, people are really like this in relationships? Like, is this what I have to look forward to if I want to be with somebody? Like, I was taken aback. Like, it almost killed me emotionally. I'm not gonna lie, it almost killed me emotionally. But strong mental health and a lot of weed, good friends as well, helped me get through that. Like I said, I was able to get past it. This is actually the first time that I've talked about it in a while. But yeah, that was a very traumatic experience for me as far as our relationship. I didn't really think we were gonna actually make it after that. But that is the worst that he's done. Now, this girl, what led up to the initial fight between me and her, me and him were still deep into our wedding planning. This was maybe June or July, and like I said, we got married in August. She sends me, and this is from last year, she sends me a message on Facebook saying, oh, you're planning on marrying him, but he was just over my house. He just bought me pizza. He gave me money for the kids to get some food and blah, blah, blah. And you know me, I naturally blew the fuck up. Like, it was time to go. Of course, he gave me I just dropped her off some pizza and $10 because she said her kids were hungry and I felt bad. First of all, them ain't your kids. And I said ain't. Don't come and try to correct my grammar, please. I don't have time. Them ain't your kids. 1. 2, you're not fucking her no more. Y'all are not together. So her financial problems are no longer your fucking problems. So if that bitch and her kids is hungry, and I don't, look at me how you want to for saying this, I don't give a fuck. Fuck them kids and fuck her. You're not with her. That's not your job. What is she doing as a mother to feed her kids is the real question. So naturally, I blew up on her. I blew up on him. I made him block her number, yada, yada, yada. And that was supposed to be the end of it until one morning I get up. It's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And somebody had called my phone. And if you have an iPhone, then you know that they started, I want to say with iOS 15, they started the focus statuses that you can put on your Apple devices, where you can put do not disturb or I'm asleep, blah, blah, blah. It will silence, whatever notifications or contacts or apps that you want silenced. So when I put my phone on sleep, the only people that can contact me are my sisters, my brothers, or my mom. If you ain't them, then, I don't know what to tell you. You have to wait until I wake up. And if it's something with the family, the immediate ones that have access will tell me what's going on. So, naturally, when I go to the bathroom, it's a thing. And if you do it, then I took my phone with me so I could check my notifications just to see if I had any notifications. And I look and see I've got this missed call from this number, and I didn't know what the number was. I just know I had been going through my husband's phone and seen this number that didn't have a name. So I saved it to my phone with a question mark, and now this question mark is calling my fucking phone. And of course I didn't answer, so they left a voicemail. Come find out it's her. And she leaves me a voicemail. I wish I still had that voicemail to this day. I swear I did, so I could play it for you guys. But I deleted it. But I do still have the number with the question mark. She had left me a voicemail and was basically like, oh, well, he told me that you said fuck my kids and he shouldn't be feeding us and blah, blah, blah. And I'm letting you know, I will be over there by 8 o'clock. So I hope you're ready. I'm going to whoop your ass and blah, blah, blah. Like, she was talking really colorful. Really, really colorful in the voicemail. And of course, my husband was like, oh, I didn't go out there and fight her. You should just leave it alone. Let it go. You just got your nails done. Let it go. This is, this is when I had my real long acrylics, and I still wish I had them. I did not stop getting them because I diamond paint. I was diamond painting with them at one point. But if you didn't hear my older videos, it came down to Diamond Art Club or acrylic. So one of them had to go, and acrylic didn't win, as you can see. So I was riled up. I was pissed. So I told my husband, at the time he was still boyfriend, fiance, whatever. I told him at the time, I was like, I don't give a fuck. If my nails get fucked up, you're going to pay to get them done again, because you're the reason why she's coming over here to fight me at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. So, of course, I fell back asleep waiting on her, because when I seen this message, it like I said, it wasn't but 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, okay, this bitch said 8. I might as well catch me a couple of hours extra sleep. Why not? Then my husband comes in there waking me up and was like, oh my God, she actually showed up. And my mom's peeking out the window, saying that girl's outside. I'm just going to tell her to leave. Don't come outside. Just leave it alone, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I am going to try to be the grown-up this time. I'm going to try to let it go. I'm going to try to breathe and namaste. But I was watching through the window, or the screen door, because that house had a screen door. I'm watching through the screen door. Of course, I can't hear what they're saying, but I can see her little hand motions, and she's doing all of this and waving her hands and pointing at him and his face and stuff like that. And then finally she just poked him, like, in the face, like as a, this is all your fault, or fuck you, type of thing. And I'm like, you know what? This is the last fucking straw. She's laying hands on him, coming over here, laying hands on the residents that live in this house. It's time for me to lay hands on sis. So I went outside and I laid hands on sis. I about broke every fucking nail on my hand. My nail tech, Teresa, her name's Teresa. Yeah, I know my nail tech well. She was so pissed. Oh, she was so fucking mad. She was so mad. We worked hard on that set, too. But yeah, I fucked up all my nails, but it was so worth it. Get some pent-up frustrations out. At the time, me and her ended up fighting. I was still a little scarred from, the situation with my dad and him leaving me high and dry to be with her. So she kind of got the brunt of all of that. Sadly, she did. Do I feel bad? No. I probably never will. And that was the last time I encountered her, actually. That was the last and final time that we heard anything from her. I haven't heard anything from her since then, and that was about a year ago. We do have each other blocked on Facebook, which is fine by me. I don't really give a damn. I'm glad that it's over and done with. I mean, she was going as far as making him create Instagram pages for them as a couple. She was changing her last name to his and yada yada yada. And now it's just like, I just want her to see our marriage license. That's all. I just want to see the look on her face when she sees our wedding pictures, and I got the wedding that she didn't get. But that's me being catty and bratty and childish. I'm not there anymore. I'm grown. Actually, I hope she's doing well. I hope she found her somebody. And I hope she doesn't go knocking on anybody else's doors at 8 o'clock in the morning trying to fight. That could injure you up in some bad situations. Just ask her. Now, as far as the wedding, it was what it was. I was definitely a bridezilla. up until the last fucking minute. We ended up inviting close to 100 people, but only 10, maybe 10 people showed up out of those 100. And I mean, I had people RSVPing saying that they were coming and just did not show up. I bought wine glasses, decorations, plates, candy, and thank you notes for 100 fucking people. We had his brother, who was a chef, a famous chef at a nice restaurant here in Oklahoma City. We had him cook enough food for 100 people. Okay, I bought a wedding cake for 100 people, and only 10 people showed up. My own sisters didn't come. Am I a little pissed off about that? Of course. Who fucking wouldn't be? I mean, who wouldn't be? You expect family to show up for you on your day. And I don't want to hear shit about, oh, COVID. Fuck. The restrictions were up at that point, okay? Most of everybody had got their fucking COVID shots and their boosters. So it was literally no excuse besides the fact that I think a lot of my family did not think I was actually going to get married. They did not think I was going to go through with it. Either that, or they didn't want to spend the money, or my wedding just wasn't extravagant enough for them because it was a fucking backyard wedding. It was bring your own bottle, bring your own weed, because guess what? I'm fucking paying for everything else. You know, the least you could do is bring a bottle. I mean, it don't even have to be nothing fancy. You can get some fucking Barefoot Moscato, and I'd be happy. My best friend, maid of honor, showed up with box wine, and I was fucking giddy as a schoolgirl, okay? It does not take much to please me. It's just a fact of the matter that none of my family showed up for me. I had a couple of sweet family members that did reach out to me and give me reasons to why they couldn't come, and gave me many blessings and things like that. I had some even Cash App money for wedding gifts because they couldn't make it. But it's just the said certain fucking family members that were like, oh, I'm gonna be there. I'm booking my ticket, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and they were nowhere to be found. And then they didn't even have the common decency to say, hey, I'm not coming, you know, or hey, this came up, or hey, I just chose not to come because I didn't fucking want to, you know. It was just, some of them I still haven't got an apology for, or a reasoning to why they just didn't come. I mean, if they had said, oh, I didn't come because COVID, or I didn't come because I didn't want you, I would have been fine with that. The not answer, you know, the not knowing is what pisses me off more than anything. But I mean, the wedding still went off without a hitch. We still got shit-faced drunk. I know I did. My husband was pissed because he did not get any that night. I got wasted. I will put a couple of clips from the wedding at the end of this video. I do have a couple clips and pictures on my phone. I will, like I said, put them at the end of the video. But it did go off without a hitch. The people that did show up, they left with a lot of extra food, a lot of extra wine glasses, a lot of extra candy boxes. My neighbors even came over and gave us a card with $20 in it. So it's just like, that is when it resonated for me that as much as you love your family and you support your family and friends, doesn't mean they're always going to support you. So once I realized that, the rest of the night went off without a hitch. We had a blast. It was fun. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Those other 90 people that didn't fucking show up missed out on an amazing time, because we had a fucking blast. We did. As far as Where me and my husband are now, eh, yeah. You hear my sound, eh. We're we're not where we want to be. He thinks I'm too much into the YouTube thing. He thinks I'm too much into my group chat. You guys know I have my girlfriends that I talk to from Canada in the group chat I'm in. Honestly, at this point, I think anything that is not giving my husband full undivided attention is wrong to him. Like, if I'm not in his face 24/7 when he's not busy, it's a problem. So right now, that's one of our issues in the relationship. Our main issue right now is him not providing the basic necessities like the Wi-Fi. It is due to get cut off Monday, so I'm still at a standstill on whether or not I'm going to do my live stream. Um, just little certain things, like he's not going to be able to provide anything for my birthday because the transmission went out on the car. You know, I know things come up, but my issue is he does not want me to work. Like, if today I said, well, next year I'm not going to homeschool the kids. I'm going to put them in school. I want to get your mom set up to where through Medicare, they can have a ride come pick her up for her dialysis appointments, so we both can start working full-time jobs during the day. And the first words out of his mouth were, "Oh, what do you need to work for? Aren't you spoiled enough? Don't you get everything you already want?" And I'm just like, what woman doesn't want to have spending money in her pocket? What normal human being does not want to be able to have money for upcoming emergencies? It's like every time we get a little bit forward, we take 2 steps back because there's a bill that he hasn't been paying that he hasn't told me about. And it's like, well, if you would let me go and go back into dental assisting, we wouldn't have to worry about the bills that you don't want to tell me about because you can't pay them. And if you say, I can't pay them to me, I'm going to say, well, don't buy me this, don't buy me that, go pay this instead. So that's kind of where we're at right now. It's kind of frustrating because he's kind of old school. He's set in his ways. I know he's not changing. There's no trying to change him. I don't want to give up on the relationship, but I refuse to be with somebody that is going to control me or show any signs or forms of abuse. I have been in an abusive relationship. About a year or so before I got with my husband, I was in a very abusive relationship. This guy was controlling to the point where I couldn't talk to any males that weren't family members. He didn't have a phone. We actually shared my phone so he could watch what was going on in my phone. It was just really hard, and he was physically abusive. So when I got out of that relationship, it was just like, I can't do this anymore. It was really, and it took me a while to leave him. I was with him for almost a year. So if you know somebody that is in an abusive relationship, please do not say, why won't you just leave? Or if it was me, I would leave. Or if it was me, I would do this, because you never truly know what you're going to do in a situation like that until you're in a situation like that. And I am a tough girl. I run my mouth all day long. I've been in some fights with some big bad ones. But when you're in a situation like that, when your life could be very much over in a flash, you definitely, that big bad girl macho definitely changes into a little small church mouse. You get very quiet. Your whole personality changes. But yeah, if it ever gets to where I feel like it's an issue for me or for my mental health, I will step back and I will end the relationship. I don't care how long it's been going on. We could be together 10 years. We could be together 50 years. But abuse is abuse. And after my past relationship, I will not stand for it in any shape, form, or fashion. And that's just period. So if we could get past that, I don't think we would really have any issues. We do have 6 kids between us. He has 1 son, only 1. I have 5, you guys know that. 4 boys and 1 girl. His son is 21, I believe, about to be 22. And he is married, so he is not living with us. And yes, I've met him. Yes, we get along. I've met his wife. We get along. We've been to their house. They've been to ours. And there's no issues there on that front. And honestly, I couldn't really give you guys any type of advice as far as relationships, because I'm still working on mine and I'm still young. So I have experience, but I'm not experienced as some of the other ladies out here or the other couples that do this marriage thing. Like I said, me and him are only about a year or so in as far as our marriage. As far as the relationship, we have been together almost 3 years now. It will be 3 years next year. But yeah, I couldn't really give anybody any advice. I'm not going to lie. Because if I was to give myself advice, it would probably be run and run fast. If not, that would be me now. Me now would say run and run fast. Me from the past would say get a sugar daddy. So I couldn't give any advice to anybody about any relationships. I try my best. And I have one thing I want you guys to do, so I can engage you guys a little bit. If you could give advice, and now this doesn't have to be just for the married people or the people that are in a relationship or a long-term thing or whatever. This could be for anybody, single, married, dating, doing your own thing, whatever. If you could give any type of relationship advice, what would it be? Just what would it be? For just anything, it doesn't matter. Any type of relationship advice. Put that down in the comments. And of course, I will respond to everybody. You guys know I love when you guys comment. I'm just trying to think of new ways to try to engage you guys and make my content more fun, and to keep you guys coming back, because honestly, at this rate, I'm going to start having to bring out my dirty topics. I'm going to have to start talking about the time I used to be a stripper and things like that. So I'm trying to keep it as PG. Well, I'm not even going to say PG because my page is not even PG. What is it? NC-17 or whatever. We're just rated R over here. We're not even, I'm trying to keep it as rated R as possible. I'm not trying to take it to XXX, if that makes sense. But that's pretty much all I have for the story time this Saturday. Next week's topic, hell, I do not know. We will see. I'm going to brainstorm a lot this coming up week. I got a little time. I'm going to brainstorm and see what I could bring you guys, because I am really, truly running out of story time topics. And I mean, I could talk about past relationships and things like that, but who would really be interested? I mean, if I was to talk about the triple X or the R-rated things, would you guys be interested? I mean, let me know in the comments. But I think that's it. I know we're pretty much over the 1 hour mark. If you guys stuck around to the end, I appreciate it. I love all the support. I've been working on this section all day. Will I finish it tonight? I hope so. But don't forget about my subscriber shout outs. If you comment on any of my videos or subscribe from Thursday, which was technically yesterday. No, scratch that, see, fucking up. If you comment on my video anytime in between my Friday Whip and Chat and next Thursday's Time-Lapse Thursday, I will shout you out in my Friday Whip and Chat. Now, you don't specifically have to comment on a video from that week. It could be any video on my page. Usually my subscriber shout outs are from the last 7 days. So basically anybody that commented or subscribed to my channel within that 7-day time span, I will shout you out on my Friday Whip and Chat, and I will put you in the description box of that video, your channel, if you have one, so other people can come and check you out and maybe consider subscribing. And that's pretty much it. That's all I have for you guys this week. Don't forget, I will be going live Monday, hopefully, if my Wi-Fi is still on. At this point, like I said, I'm going to start a GoFundMe because your girl is poor. Don't forget, I have my Monday live stream coming up. I also do live stream on Twitch Tuesdays and Saturdays. So if you have a Twitch, I will have my Twitch down in the description box. I will be doing a live stream technically when you guys see this video tonight, because when you guys see this video, it will be Saturday. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and do all those YouTube-y things. I'm going to leave you guys with what I always leave you with, which is please be kind or be quiet. And if you can't be quiet, baby, please, 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 please keep it real. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Want some champagne?
Well, you can give me a little bit more.
Y'all want a little bit more? It's good.
I'll take one. Let me get one of these glasses.
Corey, put another little splash in there.
I'm going to put a little splash.
Tell Sharonda to get her kids some. You can get
Let these ladies go first. Put on a little splash.
candy boxes over there.
Put on a little splash. Look, this for you and me.
Ugly. Go get y'all some.
I'll do the bottle and you do this.
Look, everybody got one, Kelsey? Got
Everybody got one?
They all drinking this shit.
Okay, I would like to do a toast.
The toast to the
Why he giving me a baby
yellow.
drink though like that?
Because
he green?
Hey, listen.
I'm just kidding. I'd like to do a toast to my family, Samantha, and now Zero. I love y'all. Y'all might fight all the time, but don't be calling me no more like the pastor said.
You white. She ain't even family.
We love you.
You owe me for 400 plus years of slavery right now.
Shut the fuck out. I am Indian. Okay, someone owe me.
What kind?
Shit, Cherokee. I got my car, bitch.
So